Welcome back to our third segment of A Special Night, where we're talking about this whole year of football, and also we're going to be looking at the upcoming season, probably look at a bit of it if we can at the end of this segment, and focus more on it at the next segment on what we've got coming up for the 2015-2016 season. I mean, I left off with Jermaine just talking about SCTA becoming Hawk and Eagle. And I mean, you were talking about your biggest challenges, reach out. Now, you guys are going into the Premiership. Looking forward to it?
Looking very forward to it, because we started off as at the second division, and we've just worked our way up. And a lot of us has played in the league before, but this is a fresh team. We're new. There's youngsters in there, so we've got a lot of pace, power, and strength. And I think we're going to do very good in the Prem. We're going to be the surprise team.
Surprise package,
yeah, we're going to be ones to watch. And with our first fixture, Stepney, we've got a lot of history with them. So I'm looking forward to challenging Stepney.
Don't get too much away on the fixtures. I'm coming on to them, Jermaine. But no, it's good to hear. It's good to hear the promising and enthusiasm coming out from SCTA. Look, just sticking on the awards ceremony, I actually should. It's a bit out of order of me. I'm a younger guy. I keep forgetting the vets, but we did have vets awards. I've just quickly got up again. It's our little spreadsheet, but I've got the vets championships there and all the winners and runners up, and I'll just run through. I mean, we had the 2014 Summer League that carried on past last year's award ceremony, so they were awarded this time round. And 2014 Summer Vets was won by Tower Hamlets Vets. Runners up were London Tigers Vets, but then London Tigers got them back because they won the cup. And they beat Bromley Legends in the final to do that. And then we went on to the 2014-15 Winter Vet season, and this was the biggest one ever because we had 14 teams for this. And the winners of that, after a long season but eventually proving themselves, London Tigers finally got that division and they won the Winter. And Sire, surprisingly, pipping all the others, Bromley, Beaumont, Tower Hamlets, and getting runners-up places. So that was brilliant. I might as well come away from the screen because it's probably very difficult to see, and I'll actually talk it through. But the first division, the first time we had a first division coming from the Vets League, was taken by FC Bondu, and they had runners up behind them being Stepney Legends, who came in high hopes, and sort of actual legends from the ILFL. And then we had the Cup of the Winter, which was won by Beaumont Masters, and took a few weeks before we could get the smile off Rashid's face for that victory. And London Tigers were the runners-up of that. So that was our Vets season, 2 seasons in a row. I mean, the summer is still carrying on with Vets, so next year's awards ceremony, we will see the 2015 Summer Vets First and Premier Division being awarded to them. I think by rights, I should probably turn to you, Rash, because it was a good finish for Beaumont, having not really challenged that much in the divisions, then come and take the cup and, you know, defy us statisticians, the likes of me and Nanu, who said it was London Tigers all day long.
It was good fun because I think technically we got it right. I know Tigers won it 3 times before that, so it had to be a new name. So for that reason, I think it was good to see Beaumont. And plus, it shows other teams that Tigers can be beaten. And it's on the day, it's about passion, it's about tactics, it's about on the day the players performing. And obviously we're successful, but obviously, as I said before, I think with the Vets, the team to beat at the moment of time is London Tigers Vets. They are the team, they've set a benchmark, and as you mentioned their name so many times, they are the team on form, they're the team to beat. So good luck to them, and hopefully other teams take the encouragement that they can be beaten, and hopefully other teams get the names on the board as well.
I think I better give him an opportunity to respond to that. Mr. Hock,
okay,
tell me.
If anybody, that term, park the bus, if that term was ever used on that final night, it was Beaumont parked the bus. I wish they just stepped out just to play football. They were bombarded. The ball was not going to go. They just parked all 7 players on that line, and they relied on the penalty. And history says it all the time, Tigers are no good at penalties. Okay, so the term park the bus, Beaumont. Yeah.
Okay,
just to finish off.
I should let you guys have your back. Go on.
Just to finish off. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you park the bus or the plane or the train. Yeah. Beaumont Masters won it, unlike the Tigers. Yeah. But we have another final to look forward to, and hopefully this time round it'll be a different game because of the circumstances.
Let's come out and play.
And hopefully, let's see.
I think, listen, you two, right? I'm going to tell you children to pack it in and wait for the next game, because guess what? Yes, the Summer Cup is actually Beaumont and the Tigers. I don't know who paid which ref what. I'm not going to put any questions to that, and Cams will probably smack me in the wrist if I say that. But Cams, I mean, sum up for us the vets, because that's something you're involved in, and I think you're actually getting a player's perspective as opposed to an audience like you have with the Open Age.
Can I just come in the 1 minute before the sub cameras, right? For this year's final, we are already starting to practice penalties.
Can somebody phone in and confirm that for me? All right? Go on, Cams.
Look, I've been playing football. I've been with the ILFL since the ILFL started. You know, back in the late 90s when the league started, it was very exciting, and we used to look forward to every single game. That same feeling is now transferred over to the vets. You know, the same bunch of players that played with us at that level when we were sort of 2021 are now obviously over 35, and that same motivation, that same hunger has carried forward to the Vets League. And you know, whoever comes on Thursday night, if you see the quality of football on a Thursday night, particularly from the Premiership, it's astonishing, it's amazing. And I think if we had a mixed team from our Vets League, we could give any Sunday Premier League a run for their money. That's how good it is.
Well, I mean, that sort of smoothly move on, and I've got to get so much in this segment, because, well, in effect, we had the Legends Cup. And Legends Cup, part of our Unity Cup overall, that was a great tournament. And again, London Tigers getting to the final and just losing that to Asila FC, who were desperate to win after what happened to them last year. Yeah. And I believe both of you took part in that.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, Silla deserved the trophy, and I'm glad they won, because, you know, from the word go till the final, they were really hungry, they were really up for it. You know, we struggled for players. We had a lot of slightly elderly and injured players taking part. So I think we've done well to get to the final, but having been a young team and a hungry team, they were really up for it, and I'm glad they won. They deserve it.
And on that same day, we had the Super Cup, part of our 3-year running now Unity Cup that we've had going, and 2 fresh new teams in the final.
Yes, with the Super Cup, it's open to everyone. It's not just for the member clubs. So we look at teams from London and outside London. Obviously, E7 and FC Bengal went to the final, and E7 surprisingly beat FC Bengal. I think they were the favourites on the day. But again, it's a tournament not just for the clubs and within Tamales. It's open to everyone. We look at teams from outside area, outside London, and it's a competition that's growing as well. Just to add on the vets, what Cameron and Nurbai said is, we started off with 8 teams. And now we've got 16, and we've got 5 teams on the waiting to come and join. That's how successful.
So it's just getting bigger and bigger, isn't it?
To have from 8 to 16 is doubled in 3 years, and we've got 5 teams on the waiting to have a slot, a chance to come in. It shows the Vets League is on the rise.
Brilliant, brilliant. I should not forget, and I think that was our flagship competition this year. In March, we held the UK Bangladeshi Championships. This year, we were the host. Last year, it was hosted by MK Galacticos, and they really set the bar. But, I mean, I don't think we failed, and I think the competition was really good this year. I mean, run us through it, Cameron.
I mean, as with anything we do, we try and improve on it year on year, make it better for ourselves, but also for the participants. I mean, last year was the first year of the partnership working together, and I think MK did a fantastic job. We could have followed them at any stage. But I think that just sort of set the benchmark for us to then go and challenge and try and make it better. And obviously, being in London, being in the heart of sort of football in the country, we had to step up, and it was great. And the quality of football from the first to second year has improved. And I was really impressed with the 2 finalists, because Luton definitely stepped up and increased, but I was very impressed with the London Tigers team. They were excellent.
I was going to say, well, as we've said over the last 6 months, congratulations to London Tigers. Absolutely brilliant performance to go and win that. And I think from the first game that we saw you were odds on, but really youthful team, Noel.
Come back to what Cameron just said, was the first year when it was held at Milton Keynes Dons, the teams were not seriously taking part. They thought, what is this? But ILFL took it to the next step. And they took it to the next step where every team took it seriously. Every team wanted to win. Every team brought a youthful team onto the field. Ourselves, on the first time in Milton Keynes Dons, I still remember when everybody was saying, where are London Tigers going to get all the Bengali players from? Still saying we weren't even going to allow us to go in. But we said, no, give us a chance and we will get the players. And we reached the final in the first year. This year we thought, right, it was unjust the way that we lost the final. We are going to win it this year.
Yeah.
And that was our main target in the summer, to win that Bengali, because it's such a huge national thing for everybody from everywhere in the UK to come down, and London Tigers had to put a footstep and say, we are going to win. The youthful player side of it was most of our under 16, under 17, under 18s who cannot make it. We know they cannot make the semi-pro standard, but they're good enough to play, but they physically were not big enough to play in the Winter League because of the thing. So that's why the youthful side of it, and being Bengali and everybody else, they were on the same mould. That's why they stood out.
I've got to do justice to all the competitions, because very smoothly then, with all of these competitions, we then had our second year of Summer League. And Jermaine, you took part in that Summer League, didn't you? Right. Just to mention actually the winners, the first division was won by Ace, who now returned to us, and we're going to talk a bit about them in the final segment. And the runners-up to that were London Gaza, a lovely free-flowing team, scoring goals for fun. So it was a brilliant first division we had there. Ace winning it on the final day, beating London Gaza, but London Gaza weren't going to be pipped by anybody else in second place. So that was brilliant. And then the Premier Division of the Summer League. So it was won by Lotus FC, one of our new teams, and runners-up were Robin Hood Tigers. But SCTA for a while, in fact, from the beginning, I think people had odds on that SCTA are going to win this. And, I mean, how did you find the Summer League?
Summer League was very tough because, obviously, you're playing every team once. So every game, you have to go out there very hard and score from the get-go. So there was a lot of new teams that we didn't know about as well, which was good to see. And they did put up a fight, and I have to say we did lose a bit of form, but we'll be back next year bigger and stronger.
Those two teams that beat you, I mean, good teams, they deserve to beat you?
Yeah, on the day, I think they did deserve to beat us, but as I said, the teams are getting bigger and stronger, and that's what I like to see, but we'll be back. We will be back, and I think everybody knows that SCTA, now known as Hawk and Eagles, they know that what we're capable of, and people know about us. So
brilliant.
Yeah,
we look forward to talking about Hawk and Eagle FC. I think me and David might adopt the H&E just for fun for you guys. All right? Listen, I've got to do justice by talking about the individual awards. I'm going to run through that now with you quickly. Mind me, because I'm going to go look straight at the screen, because this is the one thing I didn't memorise. So I'm going to go right from the top. The Premier Division 2014-2015 Player Award went to Mohamed Sirak Bayeni from London Tigers. I hope I got his name right. The First Division 2014-15 Player of the Year went to Niall Boyce of SCTA. And the Second Division Player of the Year went to Beaumont Youth's Shaka Barnett. And then we had the 2014-15 top scorers. In the Premier Division, it went to Mustafa Qazi Shahid, better known as Musi, of Stepney FC. Then the First Division top goal scorer went to Jermaine Gregory, I believe it is, of Reach Out FC. Well done to Jermaine there. And then the Second Division top goal scorer was Robin Hood Tigers' Agnello Furtado, who I believe racked in so many goals. He scored more than anybody else in our division. So well done to Nello there. And then we got the Manager of the Year awards. So the Premier Division Manager of the Year rightfully went to Harun Mia, Harry of Stepney FC. First Division Manager of the Year went to Mustafa Chingos, Musi, as we know him, of SCTA, and then the Second Division Manager of the Year, and he probably deserved it for pipping Robin Hood to it, Shakir Mulden of Beaumont Youth. Then we had, and this was the fun one, the Referee of the Year, and I think, what, second or third year running? Abdul Zekeri winning the Referee of the Year. We had the League Cup, we had to give their Man of the Match, and that went to Arif Chowdhury of Leytonstone FC. And the Challenge Cup Man of the Match went to Reece Capleton of Reach Out FC. Interleague Champions Cup, we had to give that to the winners, London Meteor, and it was their player, Solomon Ofori. He got Man of the Match in the Interleague Champions Cup. That is all the individual awards. Actually, I think I've missed out the vets. I'm going to quickly run through the vets once. In the Premier Division, the Player of the Year went to Carlos Eduardo of Tower Hamlets Vets. Nurul Haq got the Manager of the Year. Then, well, I'm having trouble keeping up with this. Right. The Player of the Year in the 2014-15 Vets Cup, that went to Faisaluddin of FC Bondu, and the Manager of the Year, Khalismi of FC Bondu, took that. I know I don't have much time, but I think I should quickly touch on sort of individual ones. Rash,
I think it's nice too when the individual gets. He shows the hard work they put in through the whole year, and it's nice to be recognised and being given a trophy. So it shows that the effort and the commitment they put throughout the whole year. Yes, it's a team game, but individual need to obviously perform and give the commitment, and it's nice to award them at the end of the year.
And I mean, those individuals, Cameron, you've seen a lot of them. Are we looking to do the same thing next year, or has it been a change every year with individual awards?
I think some of them are sort of consistent. You see Musi from Stepney, he won the Player of the Year. He won the top scorer last year, won it again this year. But there are new kids on the block like Shaka and other teams. There's a lot of new teams this year, so I'm pretty sure some of the old names will disappear and the new names will go into the cups, the trophies, the shields, and the individual awards as well this year.
I know you're a young man. But you cannot forget us vets. You've forgotten 2 more individual trophies. The Vets Manager of the Year for 2014-15 was Mesbah Ahmed, and the goal scorer was Garib. Yeah.
You're absolutely right. I did. No, I'm so grateful for you picking that up. And as
I've only picked it up because it's London Tigers.
It's only London Tigers. So if I missed anyone else, please forgive me. Listen, but thanks for the compliment of being young. We've got to go on a break. Don't go away. Phone lines are open. Any of you that want to call in, give us a shout. Otherwise, we'll see you in a few seconds.